So let's move on to the next question, guys. In this question, we are given the data set, which is the first 100 positive perfect squares. And we have to compare the mean of the first 100 positive perfect squares and the median of the first 100 positive perfect squares, right? So what is the first positive 100 perfect square? So for example, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square, like the data set d will become what? 1 square comma 2 square comma 3 square comma 4 square up to 100 square, right? First 100 positive perfect square, right? So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, and up to so on, right? So this is the data set and we have to compare the mean and the median, right? Tell me one thing, what was the median? For example, we know that there are positive number of total integers because there are total 100 integers, right? So the number n 100 is even. In that case, what is the median? The median is n upon 2 plus the next term divided by 2, right? So median in case of even numbers, like the total number of numbers which is 100 is even, then the median in that case is what? N upon 2 with plus the next term basically upon 2. I hope this is very clear. So what is the n by 2th term? N by 2th term means the 50th term because n is 100. So 100 upon 2 means 50. So that means the 50th term. So what will be the 50th term in this? So this is the second term, this is the third term, this is the fourth term. So the 50th term will be 50 square, right? And what will be the next term? The next term will be 51 square, obviously, upon 2. So this comes out to be the median. So the median for the first positive 100 perfect squares will be what? 50 square plus 51 square upon 2. I'll just write it down over here. So the median comes out to be 50 square plus 51 square upon 2. I hope this should be very, very clear, right? Because median for even numbers is n upon 2 plus the next term upon 2. I think we have discussed this before as well. Now tell me, what is the mean? Mean is the sum of all the values upon total values, right? So mean will be 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to plus 98 square plus 99 square plus 100 square divided by what? Total numbers. Total numbers is what? 100, right? So we have got these two things and we have to compare these two things, right? Okay. Now tell me one thing very logically, which one of these will be greater? So if you see over here, we know that whenever we do square of something, it kind of rises exponentially. For example, 50 square is some value, but if we talk about 90 square, that will be huge, right? For example, if you talk about 3 and 4, so there is not much difference in 3 and 4, right? I mean, there is a difference of 1. But if you talk about their squares, so 3 square will be 9 and 4 square will be 16. So if you see the difference in the squares, that becomes kind of a lot. If you talk about 3 and 4, the difference is 1. But if you do the square, so 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So the difference in square becomes a lot, for example, right? Similarly, if you do 50 square plus 51 square, right, it will obviously be some value. But if you keep on adding 52 square, 53 square, 54 square, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62 up to 100 square, obviously that number becomes huge, very big. No, again, over here we divide this by 100, over here we divide this by 2. So somebody can say that we are dividing by such a small number and we are dividing by such a big number over here. So how can we tell? But the point is that these squares, when added, become so huge that this number kind of becomes very small, right? So overall, the value of mean becomes huge as compared to the median value, because any case, like anyways, obviously 50 square plus 51 square will obviously be here, right? So you can see it this ways. So this will be 1 square plus 2 square plus 50 square plus 51 square plus 99 square plus 100 square, right, upon 100. So obviously this term 50 square plus 51 square is also coming in this, right? But this has so many more terms to the power of square, 100 square, 99 square, 98 square, 97 square, due to which this factor becomes very small and the overall numerator becomes huge and the denominator doesn't matter a lot. So that is why the mean becomes very big as compared to the median, because we are dealing with squares over here, 97 square, 90 square, 80 square, 99 square. So that is why mean is much bigger than median in this case. So your answer becomes A. So you don't have to solve anything in this question. You just have to kind of use some logic. You have to observe a few things and then come up with a logical answer that obviously the mean will be much bigger than median. And that is why the answer is A. So I hope this should be clear.